Greetings and salutations, TF2 viewers throughout the land. Welcome to Fireside's coverage of the RGL Season 15 main grand final versus Quake Live and Real 6. I'm number one rocker on the mic, being joined by the lovely, illustrious Tcmano. How you doing tonight, baby?
I am doing amazing. I just got home from a jam sesh, played some
Oh,
amazing tunes. Yeah.
okay.
With some friends. So that was great. And then I get to cap off an already amazing day by watching some amazing TF2, hopefully, in this main grand finals. Like you said, Quake Live versus Real 6. The two top dogs of the main division so far battling out in a best of 5, which I didn't realize was going to be the case. I thought it was going to be a best of 3 number one.
Yeah.
And then we look at the map list and we're like, oh my God, there's 4 potential maps. So potentially a lot of TF2 in store for us. We're going to be starting over on Gully Wash, but we might, if we get to that 4th map, it is going to be on Clear Cut, which I have not seen or played in probably over a year and a half. So if we get there, I'm going to be heavily relying on you to help us out.
Oh yeah, I had the Zhao Gaming match earlier this season, I think, or last season. So yeah, I think that's the last time I saw it myself. I don't think I played it in this season at all. So yeah, I mean, I'm game. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Clear Cut, but yeah, it's gonna take us a while to get there though. That's potentially the last deciding map of this best of 5 series. For the first 3, we've got what is it, Gully Wash, Bagel, and Sunshine, and both of the Bagel maps that are in the rotation for this grand final are a bit puzzling to me because Real 6 picked both of them, and they played against Quake on Clear Cut during the regular season, but they lost 4-2, and they did well against the other teams. But I'm curious what the line here is with just pure cost for their map picks.
I 100% agree. If you have not been paying attention to main for whatever reason, you should know that Quake Live is coming in as the winners of the upper bracket final. So they get the 1 map advantage in their favor. They've been
Oh,
undefeated in main so far. They did lose a map in playoffs, but they've not lost an actual game to anyone just quite yet. So definitely a very, very big enemy for Real 6 to try and take down. But Real 6, they've been good throughout this season as well. They haven't
oh
been
yeah.
able to get a game off of Quake Live, but they've been very dominant against everyone else so far. And I guess we can run down the roster. So people, we can run down the rosters, but
But
instead, number one, I think we
yes,
got something even more exciting for our viewers to engage with.
keeping the lights on.
Yes, for us, keeping our lights on.
Yeah, if you type exclamation subscribe into the chat, you can subscribe to our 4th Wall membership, or alternatively, you can use your Prime subscriptions to support Fireside. And thanks to that support, we were able to go to the RGL LAN, as you might know. We had some great pictures, interviews, all up there, and they're actually available on that 4th Wall membership. It's all encompassing. So by subscribing, you're further supporting our future projects and events, and obviously we thank you for that. We could not have done this in part without you and our lovely sponsors that have helped us along the way.
100%. As a now we can go down the rosters. Probably not as exciting as our 4th Wall membership, but still
Yep,
exciting nonetheless. I'll take Real Team 6. We have
go for it.
Tony on demo. I guess hailing from Brazil is the word on the street, and
Peru.
he's rocking Peru. My bad.
Honest mistake.
Yeah, he's got 114 ping on demo,
Oh,
which is a very, very interesting. We'll see how that turns out. We got Alice or Ailes, I think it's Alice
Alice,
on
yeah.
Medic. Miski works, I think, subbing in. He's probably going
Mhm.
to be on Scout. We got Holly and Fly on Soldier, and then Tiger is going to be the other Scout. So a lot of well-known names if
Oh,
you
yeah.
are a main or main adjacent player.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of those names stick out, but not as much as these Quake Live guys, because as you might know, a lot of these names are familiar to us from the refugee service. And also, quick shout out to everybody watching in the refugee Pug channel, I guess. I see you guys down there. Hope you enjoy the show. But yeah, over on that Quake Live side, we do have Taz on Soldier, which we saw gave Alice quite a consternating sort of series last time up, and actually this is a bit of a rematch from last week, so that's another thing to add on top of it. But yeah, we got Taz on Soldier, Tiny on the other Soldier, on 9-9, aka Xavier, aka Enoch Wong, on Demo. Kai is going to be playing the flank scout. We got Shiga, aka Aimer, which I will say Aimer a bunch, so please don't get it mixed up, on Medic, which doesn't seem right. And Moosekin's going to round it out on your pocket scout. So that's your lineup right there. I wonder if they're going to change around these classes because yeah, Xavier on Demo, as we all know, a threat on Gullywash.
Oh yeah, he is a threat. If you've ever played a pug against this man with him on Demo, specifically on Gully, he just gets there to choke and locks it down. As we are going to go live with the main grand finals. First map is Gullywash Quake Live versus Real 6. Gonna see Enoch try and do that exact same thing, lock it down, get some nice early damage over here. Hasn't been pressured just quite yet, waits for an arrow. It's gonna be Kai, the first one to go down. This might be the opening for Real 6 that they need, but there's so many weak players actually over on Real 6, even though they have that one-man advantage, and Moose instantly takes down Fly, already on a 2K 99, takes down Alice. That's gonna be a dead medic. A soldier bombing in. Tony wants to do everything he possibly can, can't get the kill, and that is gonna be everyone on Real 6 dead at the first mid.
Yeah, it's a little bit curious if you're watching Xavier's cam the entire time, because it looked like he wanted to get out as soon as they lost Kai, like one down. He was backing up, but the rest of his team was able to corral everybody else and put out the damage, and yeah, that's a 1 mid for Quake Live. Well done.
It is gonna be a 1 mid for them now. Going to be an opportunity for Quake to try and get some ground here. They are going to have Uber advantage, but they do lose one in Tiny, so they're still going to have that advantage. But the question is, do they go with a player down? They're over in lobby just trying to see which door they want to try and take it through, just distributing all those buffs, getting Taz nice and buffed up. Moose just peeking out. Seems like it wants to be a shutter Uber. They're going to take it in flash on Moose. Now on to Enoch bombing, and they take down the Sunshine. Going to rotate over onto the left side, take down that lone soldier a little bit overextended, and now they're just going to try and collapse on all of these Real 6 players getting out of spawn. Kai taking one down with a nice couple of shots there. They're getting stuffed in spawn, and now they get onto the point. Tiny getting that cap time, first round for Quake Live.
And yeah, they went without their spawner as well, which most teams would probably wait, especially so close on that timer, but they went for it anyway. Alice only had 60 Uber, and it was a bit of a drawn-out fight, you know, but they were able to corral Real 6 into their spawn and just lock it out, and that's a death sentence on Gullywash, and it results in a first round already gone 3 minutes into this.
Yeah, a good first dominant win for Quake Live, and Enoch just completely denies that soldier with his pipes. He tried to jump up, but got an air shot to the face, and now we're gonna have to see. Looks like they wanted to get aggressive on the soldier in Big Door. Taz gonna get cleaned up by the flank of Real 6. A huge bomb coming in. However, Enoch gonna take down one. Moose takes down Fly. They're getting aggressive across the point, but they're taking so much damage on Real 6. Tiger, super duper weak, is gonna have to play back a little bit, just get up the heels, and their demo falls. Tony gonna be disconnected. Enoch finds one, and now Moose just charging in on that soldier. Tony disconnected, is taken down. No demo for Real 6, and they're just already on the chase, number one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and that was almost a very dangerous chase because on 9 Xavier almost died in the choke there, and I got to admire Aimer Shiga's ability to keep his team healed in that fight. There was a bit of a ulti duo situation there, more or less, and yeah, just superior heals won the day there, and once again, Real 6 is on their last. But Alice does have Uber in hand, so that is one consolation.
Yes, not nearly as bad as it was last time around, but her sentry gun does go down. We do have a few soldiers bombing in to try and see if they can get any pressure onto the medic. They don't do it, but they do get 2. They lose 3 in response, however, so they should still be able to hold on to second. I think they've done enough to kind of dissuade Real 6 from pushing out of their last, and buys enough time for their spawners to come back up. Question is, does anyone go for any type of off class? They do. Taz is going to come up on the sniper and try and hit some heads here.
We might have an SVS here with Tiger Biceps also on sniper. I think Taz was the guy to go on sniper last week for Quake, so we'll see how it pays off here on Gullywash. A bit different than Sunshine, and we certainly don't run it full time on Bagel, so yeah, probably get to see him flex a bit more of the sniper muscles as he takes the peek their main, and they're expecting it. Taz takes the body shot down to 20 HP and able to escape with his life, but certainly wasn't a certain thing there. But bit of a reset here, just shuffling the heals around, and a bit of a stalemate on Gullywash last. Not too surprising, but I'm pretty sure it's really, let's just say, appreciated by Real Six, considering how rough things got for them on Snakewater and how drawn out it was. You know, it was a close game. A pick there in the meanwhile, going on in the tiny from Holly, but I don't think that's very actionable. Some shots from the launch pad from Taz. But yeah, no, they're holding Quake live here on Last again, but like I said last week, a bit of a repeat. We'll see if they're able to pull it out and actually make a successful counterattack here as the battle between Kai and Holly in Wood is going to see Kai come out on top and once again just sort of feeling each other out on this last point.
Yeah, Holly tried to go for, I'd say the Kobe Classic because it was advanced grand finals where he just went through Wood every single time and managed to get the drop. Not the same success for Holly there. Goes down, but it's just going to give Taz a little bit more space to try and peek these angles, trying to go for the hero shot over on the lift, but we do have someone getting a bunch of cap time. They actually got over halfway. Really great stuff from Kai there. Now in a 1v1 with the Soldier is going to lose that Holly, managing to get revenge, but Tiny going to be able to clean them up. Taz, however, unfortunately taken down. Nice headshot from Tiger there. So that's going to be the call for everyone on Quake Live to back up and just wait for their spawners. They're down 2, definitely holdable. They're just going to be trying to spam this hallway right here. Tiger trying to see if they can get any shots whatsoever. Fly getting very aggressive over with the demo man, getting a good bit of spam damage onto Enoch, but I think now they're going to back up on to Last. Real 6 are. And just try and hold it out. Only a minute left, number one, before we head into a round reset.
And yeah, there weren't that many resets last week either, so this is a bit unprecedented, I guess, if you're basing it off last week. But bit of a spy check here from Tiger Biceps, goes back to Sniper, is going to look at that. River takes a shot onto Xavier, doesn't manage to find the headshot, but Fly onto Taz in the meanwhile. Kai onto Tony and Holly, back onto Kai, and then Tiger with the body shot, the no-scope, close range on Tiny. So he's 3 dead for Quake, so real opportunity to come out. They don't have a demo for Real Six, but I don't think that's dissuading. They're finally getting some pressure out in the lobby and starting to feel their way out. Holly in the big door area, waiting for that spawner to come in, surely expecting that. And here is Taz to take that fight, but actually pretty evenly, but no, getting bounced up. Holly goes down in the end, and another one in the meanwhile. Xavier on to Fly, so down both soldiers for Real Six. This could be an opportunity to sneak in here, unless Tiger Biceps has a massive shot to come in and stop that.
Yeah, he needs a very massive shot because the Uber gonna come in now from Quake Life. They're leading it in on their scout. The counter Uber comes in from Real Six. The Pyro on the point, just trying to air blast, make sure they don't get any cap time. Now a Soldier flying in onto the ring, gets a lot of good damage, is gonna have to jump back away. They're getting a few kills either which way. It's gonna be a DM fest to see if anyone can get on the point in time. I don't think they're gonna be able to. And it is going to be a round reset. Still 1-0 in the favor of Quake Live, but this time Real Team 6 managing to hold out just a little bit.
I guess Taz is very unimpressed with this map pick, but I guess a bit tongue-in-cheek, obviously, because this is Quake's map pick. But Real Six holding on here, so bringing that to the 3rd mid. Very well done to stall Quake on Last.
Really good watching Xavier on his rollout. Getting some early spam onto the combo just a little bit. No one committing it just quite yet. Holly on the low ground, but Taz very deep by the enemy team's banana. Now we have a bombing Soldier, wraps around, fades away onto the point, but Tiny super duper weak, has to back all the way up, but a kite, oh my god, from Tony all the way across the map. It's that lock and load. It's so deadly from so far away. Now everyone on the side of Quake have to try and back out. Xavier is going to die to buy enough time to keep his medic and flank scout alive. Kai doing well to run his medic out, and they just have to back all the way up into spawn. They're already just trying to spawn camp at the moment. Kai going to bust things out, super duper weak, isn't going to be able to live through that, but they have to get out of his spawn door, because if they stay in there, Taz also going down as well. A huge lock and load pipe onto Moose. They have to use the Uber so early. They get the counter Uber out from Real Team 6, and this should be enough to dissuade them back onto 2nd, but I don't think they're going to be able to push out of it. They're going to be stuck on their Last for the foreseeable future.
Well, that definitely looks scary from Quake Live's perspective. They were trapped in their spawn, but the saving grace was that 2nd point. It just didn't cap fast enough, and I don't know if that was a logistical problem or what, but it will see Quake Live holding on for dear life here. They got the Uber out, so it is even once again, building that up, and Xavier getting a kill in a river on Tiger Biceps with the floor trap. Ran smack into that on the ramp there, so gonna catch him unawares. And already, Quake Live just way more aggressive into this lobby and river area than Real Six has been on their Last so far, so really trying to take the fight out here, but they'll head back and just build this Uber out here. And actually, Aimer Shiga got a 20 advantage here, and Tiger Biceps up on Spy, question mark? Ooh. No, he's just checking classes. Boo. Come on, walk out of spawn. He's staying in idle. Is he AFK? No, okay. Oh, yes, he is committed. He's committed.
He did it.
He was switching his
Oh.
loadout, I think. I think he had the wrong watch on or something.
Oh, maybe it was like the idea, like, if you go in completely with the default items, then it's impossible to tell type of deal. But I think he does have some type of cosmetic on. So if they do check and they do have a pyro up for Quake Live, it's going to be Kai up there, just maybe already preempting what Real Team 6 have in store. So Tiger going to have to be very, very sneaky and very, very crafty if he wants to get a pick here, or just maybe cause an opening, get a sap onto the sentry gun, allowing one of his soldiers to fly in. Trying to pressure this river area is going to be the rest of Real Team 6 and fly over in water, maybe trying to go for some type of point play shenanigans.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're not using the spy for that, but I guess that would be too simple, right? That'd be the predictable thing. But here goes Tiger Biceps. Oh, bumping into Taz as he comes across the lip, and he's found out. They were kind of suspicious before, but now without any uncertainty in their minds, they do get the pick on Tiger Biceps. As Tiny takes the fight to Holly in lobby here. She's going to collect that pack as it comes up. Taz going to be peeking through main here, and here comes the rest of Quake Live. They're not content to sit on their laurels back on last. They want to take the fight to Real 6, and here they come poking up river here, and never mind. They're just going to completely just call it all off. Let's call the whole thing off. Who cares? Just make me look wrong in the process. But no, Xavier holding down this river here all by his lonesome. Still has that 4-trap up. Will he get a second one with it? I don't know. But Taz taking the fight to Holly here. And actually has to back up. Caught a little bit unawares. But yeah, bit of a stalemate once again here. Less than 20 minutes to go.
Less than 20 minutes, and Tiger has swapped off on to Sniper over in lower. Gonna go for his opening peek. Had an opportunity onto the demo, but not able to commit with it. And I think they should have heard them. And yeah, Kai is gonna come up on the counter Sniper. But Tiger gonna go down. Taz super deep, finds one with that really great pick from him there. Tiny over in lockers, just trying to cause a little bit of chaos, get some good damage off, and that's just gonna delay the aggression from Real Team 6 even longer. Now they only have a minute to try and do something before a round reset, and they do take down the sentry gun, so maybe an opportunity to fly in one of their soldiers. Fly, being that soldier who could fly in, he does fly in, and he got one actually with that. Very impressive considering the sentry gun was already rebuilt.
Well, sometimes you just got to go for the pick that comes to you when you can't get in on the medic, but here it's not going to stop Holly from coming in and trying. Back against the wall, Shiga holds on to that Uber for 57 health. Complete trust in his team right there, and trust in his knowledge of the mechanics to know that the damage can't possibly come out that quickly. Holds on to that Uber. Very well done here. And Tiger Biceps a little long run, and Lobby comes down on top of Taz. He'll limp away with 24 HP, asking for an arrow. Actually, Alice will miss, and I mean, I've been there. Can't blame him. But yeah, so once again, another reset. 15 seconds on the round timer here. Could have yet another round reset. And here we go. Here comes the exchange.
Here is the exchanger coming in. They haven't gone the counter Uber. Now they finally do on Quake Live. No one's gone just quite yet. Trying to get a bit of cap time. Tiger not going to be able to do it. The soldiers flying in, just trying to cause any damage. A few pipes being hit by Tony, but no one in position to get onto the point. And that is going to be the second round reset in a row. Still 1-0 in the favor of Quake Live, but not a high-scoring game at the moment.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that's, again, probably what Real 6 wants. And I'm guessing, wagering, obviously, since they had the Xavier demo, they were that Quake Live was kind of banking on Real 6 not being, a quote-unquote gully watch team, but it seems to be quite the opposite here. Real 6 holding on here to the fourth mid coming out early on. Xavier doing his best to contain him, but not going to happen. As Tiger Biceps comes across the point, and Moose and Tiny are on the low ground here, finally coming back up as Fly comes across the point on to Xavier, gets the pick just like last round on the last year. Let's hit thinking for anything else. Taz getting the kill on Alice. That's a medic dead, but just Moose and Aim are left alive. They'll ski daddle out of mid, and actually that's a 1 mid for Real 6, so well done by them.
Yeah, that is going to be a 1 mid. And actually, they're in a little bit of a tricky scenario. Tony had the shutter door trapped off, but is barely going to be able to escape with his life. Actually not going to be able to do that. That's a very, very late demo death. I liked the idea, the initiative there, but Moose is just a little bit too on it. Had his medic safety in the top priority, and now they're going to be able to use this Uber and walk in through choke. Ideally not have to use it if they don't need to. Seems like they should be able to get one for the troubles they do onto Tiger. Now they can use this threat of Uber to maybe get a little bit more. They find one and Fly, so that's going to be the flank down from Real Team 6. They might lose another one as Holly might be caught over in River, is going to have to back out and is getting chased by the scout. Is going to be hit in the corner, taken down. They're going to be able to use the threat of Uber maybe all the way on to last number one.
And yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to take that mid for free, especially on Gully Wash, and if you can take it all the way to last, even better. Real Six has to mount up quite a defense here. Alice just now getting the Uber. The counter pop off Fly, trying to escape to the last bomb, but gets gobbled up by Tiny. In the meantime, the rest of Quake Live gonna retreat out of River, but Xavier's in water all alone, looking like he's gonna try to do the hero play all by himself. Here he comes. With the Heavy still alive here, it's just 2 on the point. Moves to Xavier, and the recommit from Quake Live sees a second point on the board in their favor. Wow, what a refight.
That was a really, really good refight because, like you said, as soon as they used Uber, that is exactly when Alice got their own. And I think maybe they probably knew that it was very slim ad, but still, when you're met in that type of circumstance, what you have to do is play the refight well, and that's exactly what they were able to achieve here. Now, on the, I don't know what type of mid, but it is going to be 2-0 here as a Xavier having to back up, getting pressured a little bit early, but Fly, who went for that pressure, taking down Tiger, caught in the crossfire. This is already a lost mid for Real Team 6. They're going to have to back out. Tony might get caught out here. Scout on the chase is going to get arrowed up to safety, but Miski, who went in to try and defend, and Tony goes down regardless, and now they're caught all the way behind the point. Alice recognizes it, kill binds instead, and that's going to be Holly with a very, very late death. They already have their respawners from mid back up, and that is going to be Real Team 6 all the way back on their last.
And yeah, threatening to spawn camp now for Quake Live, and they might be able to do it more efficiently. Tiger Biceps coming out of the Pyros, of the spawn as Pyro, I mean to say. Miski Works trying to battle on the point against Tiny, but certainly does not have the health pool to go against a Splash class on a last point. That's going to see the third point for Quake Live, and now picking up some momentum, gaining some steam, and really showing why they're the top team in main right now, I guess.
Definitely, and maybe showing why the Taz they decided to pick this map, as they have definitely, like you said, picked up some momentum now on this next mid. 3-0, you know, kind of a little bit of pressure building. If you are Real Team 6, they want to try and pressure Enoch, but they haven't been able to get anything with it. They lose 3, they lose 4. It's only going to be Demo and Medic left alive, and you wonder if they're going to be able to make it out of this. This Medic is not long for this world. Alice trying to run away. He's got so many people on the chase. Kai being one of them might just barely be able to get into spawn, and Alice is going to be able to. Very, very lucky for them there, but there is a soldier hiding beneath the point. It is going to be Taz. I think they do know that someone might have gone over there, and I think they should be able to check out Taz.
Oh yeah, they'll check him out.
He gets out?
They'll check him out all the way to River, and they'll see him out, but they won't oust him out, I guess. But yeah, he'll escape with his life. Tiny at the shutter, trying to put out some spam here. Taz tags in as both soldiers for Real Six back out of main. Alice is on 80%. Uber Shiga just now coming up on his. So this could be another close-knit thing here on last, trying to ring out the body shot, trying to save it, but peeking from shutter, they decide to not go with it, with that sniper peeking right at their faces. So they'll back up, but Alice will have the space then to get his own Uber in hand. So we are yet again another Uber v Uber situation, waiting for the stacks to come in on last as some scuffles break out in the lobby. But Taz going to go in and get shut out. He's not going to escape that time. So Real Six make him pay that time around.
Yeah, not going to be able to do the miraculous escape, and Kai is also going to get caught over a very aggressive bomb coming in from Holly. Does a bit of damage, but not enough to find the kill onto anyone. So that's going to be the counter sack from Real Team 6. Quake Live. Now, question is, are they going to be getting someone on the off class? Kai maybe on the sniper. He's a really good scout and an even better sniper. I'd say I've seen this man hit some insane shots. I mean, he's just good on every class. I mean, he's just an all-rounder.
That's basically what I said last week, and I also told the story about the time when we played a Snake Water, and he was on the other team, and he dropped me from window on Snake Water when I was standing on bats. I didn't even know you could have that sight line. So yeah, I fear the Kai sniper, man.
Definitely. So now he's going to be over with that upper hand, looking through lower. Fly just trying to pressure him a little bit, not trying to get his head shot off, though, as I don't think they know just quite yet that there's a sniper on the field, but now they know there's a counter sniper as Tiger takes down Moose. So it's going to be a question of can Kai get a counter pick as everyone on Quake Live backs up. Fly going to work his way in through wood over into Big Door, and Kai actually gets caught out here. So now it's going to be a 2-man advantage for Real Team 6. They have Holly, they have Fly in. Holly making a little bit of distraction, but kind of gets caught out and leads them right into Fly. Do they get any with this? No, they're going to lose one. They're going to lose another as well, and that kind of pincer play that ended up happening, not working out for Real Team 6.
No, and here comes the counter aggression from Quake Live. They're going to send Moose to do his thing in water. He's going to get trapped off, but the R6 awaiting him, and here comes the debt. Surely, no, they're just going to let him get 95% of the point cap before Uber's popped up from Alice, but Sheikah's still holding on to his, and Kai's up on Sniper. So, I mean, they're in a pretty good situation here, all things considered. But it looks like Real 6 realizes that they're in a precarious spot and they have to get the frags. Taz surviving for a very long time, but not long enough. And actually, Aimer's getting chased up by Misky Works, so a bit of a redemption after a bit of a kerfuffle in Big Door in the 1v1, and no, Aimer comes out on top. Misky not able to get the redemption, but Real 6 does have Cap going down on second after some hearty chuckles coming out from Taz here. Very unfortunate, but Real 6 does get their second back with 10 minutes to go. And actually, here comes Aimer with his Uber. Oh, catching them out. It's the perfect catch-out moment for Quake Live as they get all but two, and it's just Holly and Tony left by. Misky Works on the respawn, but Real 6 or Quake Live has to continue this cap and get the second point all capped up here as Holly coming into the main, getting Xavier, but Tiny on the counter aggression, gonna get it direct to finish her off. And yeah, Alice coming up now, but not really much consolation. Misky Works on the heavy, and actually, no, I might have misread the situation. This might actually be a reset here and wait for the Uber, honestly, for the advantage, because it's about 30, so that's not insignificant, especially on a small last like Gully Wash, and that's exactly what Real 6 are doing, or Quake Live is doing right now, and River building it out.
Yeah, they are going to be building it out. I say good job to Holly for taking down Enoch there, because if they doesn't get that kill, that is probably 100% a one last point for Quake Live. But now they still have a very good shot at it as they come in with the Uber, going to be leading it in on Moose and Enoch. They take down the sentry gun, getting some good high ground presence, as now everyone over on Real Team 6 just kind of caught in their spawn door. They do get two for the troubles, and they're managing to bust their way out this Uber, not finding the picks at all that Quake Live would have wanted. They lose 4 for it. They escape with only Xavier and Shiga, aka Aimer, and they're going to be hiding all the way over by Choke, just trying to go for some type of cheeky trap kill. Not going to work out, and now they're getting locked out. So a very successful hold for Real Team 6, and now they're the ones with the Uber charge, but Shiga isn't too far away.
No, certainly not, but they do have to get, they do have to contend with Taz on the light here, the classic bomb spot for Gully Washimoto here, as Real 6 makes their way in, unspotted. Here comes the drop down. Taz dropping on the demo, gets taken up by Misky Works, so a bit of a failed bomb here, and Holly is threatening the drop down play, but no, she's actually going to gravitate towards Big Door, and Kai's going to come in behind as the Uber's popped off by Aimer. Alice still holding on to his, but there's only 3 left alive, including himself, and I don't know how much of a counterpot this is going to be in their favor. They did get Tiny, so they do get one. They do have the demo to lock out the doors here, but Kai's going to run in almost unnoticed from Victor. Decides to not go up the elbow here, but the rest of Quake Live is going to come back in and give them some support here, and it's not exactly cap mid for Real 6, so they do have to contend with that here, but they're going to try to stop him at the choke with just a demo and scout, but yeah, actually, Ubers aren't in play here. But Taz is in, going to get the bomb in, onto the medic. Alice surfing up the ramp, very nicely done. Nice little ramp slide, love to hit those as a medic. But yeah, 2 dead for Quake Live here as Uber's approaching 50%.
Yeah, and now this might be an opportunity for Real Team 6 to get a little bit of pressure here. They have so much cap time. Seems like Holly going to make their way in through Big Door. Has been spotted, and it seems like Quake Live have recognized the score. They're backing out. They don't want to lose anyone else here, so that's going to be the capture up for Quake Live. Ubers, like you said, basically even. They rotate over onto Big Door, getting a lot of pressure here. Demo being flung up into the air. They might try and send someone behind, but no, they're just going to back up, trying to cause a distraction, maybe open things up for Holly to get in through choke right now.
Well, it's going to be really tough going against Tiny. I mean, it's got the buff advantage, and getting bopped up Holly high up in the air gets cleaned away with very little trouble. Very unfortunate, but yeah, that was a tough order going 1v1 in that choke. I mean, they basically pile the whole world on you, holding down this that choke by yourself, and Moose coming in and making him pay for it, getting the kill on Attacker Biceps. But Misky Works answering back in a bit of a skirmish here. Tiny and Misky trade out here, but down to Pocket's got Taz with 1 HP actually going down, so not all too bad for Real 6. The bomb in on the fly. Aimer's going to have to pop out that Uber. There's no 2 ways about it here. And Holly's going to try to get out against Kai. Very weak, but not finishing off the kill. So pretty good spot for Real 6 here. Still have Uber in hand. They still have mid. So yeah, they have all the onus in the world to keep this pressure going. Just Kai on the respawn now. But certainly not in a great position. Fly clearing the way through choke as Quake Live coming up on the river, yeah.
Now they're making their way in on to second, and if they do this well, they're going to have an opportunity to push on to last. They got the full Uber. They're capturing it up, and now they're going to work their way in to lobby. Miski just trying to see all the angles, find out which door they want to take it through. It is going to be Shuther. They bomb in with their demo, trying to take down the sentry gun. They do so. Miski wants to get onto the point. Going to be running at the demo. It's going to go back onto the point. They get a lot of good cap time.
Nice.
Soldier bombing it. And that's going to be the first round in the favor of Real Team 6, getting their first point on the board. Still going to be in the favor of Quake Live 3-1, but now we got a game on our hands, number one.
Yeah, and I think that was a really good Uber by Miski. He didn't have a lot of points to shine so far in this game, but that was a really well-taken Uber by him. I don't really know how good he is on Pocket Scout per se, but he certainly made up for any shortcomings you might have had thus far as we roll it to, I think, the 8th or 9th mid at this point, really, with all these resets. Coming out, getting some early positioning are the blue soldiers here. Fly, scoping things out. Holly jumping back towards Big Door, going to collect the small pack, surely. A lot of damage coming out. Taz is very weak. Actually, a lot of Quake Live are very weak here. Now going to be the first to die, actually, to Alice's bow, so medic frag. There we go, let us see that, but a bit of ganging up on the floor here is going to see Quake Live answer back as Taz lands on top of the combo. Does not have an extra rocket loaded up, so the hero play not going to come out. Tiny collects an arrow, and it looks like this might be a regression. No, Quake Live decides to back out and just concede the mid. 5 minutes to go. Real 6 in control.
Yeah, you know, when you've got two projectiles versus a scout and a projectile, it's always hard to kind of justify that, especially when you can just have a demo lock you out so easily right there. So, respectable choice from, I was about to say Zhao, because that's what Amer's alias has right now on my HUD, but no, from a Quake Live. So they're going to be holding on, like you said, even Ubers, still in the lead of this game, but they're going to have to try and figure out some way to close it out here, as instead it's going to be Real Team 6 trying to pressure Big Door. Tony taking a bit of damage. He's going to have to wait for an arrow, does get it. Trying to peek, see if they can go in behind Holly. Faking it over in Wood is going to be in a fight with Kai, but Kai instantly wins that with a nice little, I think it was just a one-shot actually, and that is going to be now player advantage for Quake Live.
Absolutely, and we do have another fight break out here on the mid. Taz with the flank from Big Door. Could get gobbled up here if he's not careful. No, just managed to slink away and waiting for the bow here. Kai getting the kill on Tony in the meanwhile. Misquirk could be caught in here. Could be unfortunate if he goes in. Actually bumps into Kai, and the body block, the good old TF body block, coming in to secure another frag as Kai cleans up Fly. And yeah, just completely shifted momentum around Quake Live on the front foot.
Yeah, and they've been able to get off their second. They got mid, and now they're on the enemy team second, already making their way into lobby, where things are going to slow down, but they can still maybe try and rip a sack before they're completely set up, and that's exactly what they're doing. Taz gets a lot of good damage, not going to be able to find the kill there. Unfortunate for him, so he's just going to go back to the respawn rune and maybe open things up for someone, but Holly is immediately in through Big Door. I think they have spotted them. Yeah, Kai is watching that, and so Holly just going to back out, doesn't want to have to commit their life to an inopportune sack if possible. So just going to be everyone, all 6 up, and now they're checking the off class to see if they did anything on Quake Live. They haven't, though. Taz has opted to remain on the Soldier class, so maybe a few more sack attempts before we have some type of wacky off-class shenanigans.
I saw some pretty wacky. Alice was looking at Tony on last. He was asking for a bow, and Alice literally just shook his head at him. No. That's what got me. But peeking into the show here, they might have to contend with the Tiger Bicep Sniper, which has done well enough to deter Quake Live from just ripping it, but actually some water play shenanigans. Taz going to come in through the shutter. In the meantime, whipping out his bows, almost did the classic bow drop on Alice there, but no, does manage to get that Uber out just in time, but Chica's still sitting on his, so a successful sack attempt, no doubt. We're still waiting around Secret, and actually, Kai comes in during that chaos and just finishes off the cap.
Oh my god, Kai just in secret to us as well, and secret to the enemy. They did not know about him whatsoever. He caps it up under their noses. Expert stuff from Kai right there. You know, pristine flank scout gameplay. Can't ask for anything more.
Yeah, really.
As we go into what might be the final mid, 4-1 is the current scoreline. They just need one more to close it out. And it's going to be over on their side. They haven't committed anyone just quite yet. As I say that, a big Soldier fadeaway bomb wraps around, knocks into the air, Fly meeting up with Taz. They both get taken down. The Soldier trade, and Holly, no soldiers up for Real Team 6. They're kind of getting bullied over in the Tony, however, with 2 nice pipes onto Kai and to Enoch. It is going to buy enough time for Miski and Alice to run away back to safety, but that's still going to be another 1 mid for Quake Live.
I have to wonder how much of this performance is really based on Yen and Math not being here, because Yen's not here tonight. Pretty obvious omission. And I said last week that he was pretty much the real glue keeping the team together during the last matchup these two teams had, but seems to be slowly slipping away here regardless. As we do have a fight breaking out over the mid, fly high, and this guy gonna land on top of Aimer, trying to get that force out, but just booted away before he could do any more harm here. And now Real Six are in a bit of a pickle as they're being caught in with all these deaths. They have Uber. Actually, Aimer drops in the meantime to a long shot from Tony. So actually coming out clutch, as I say that about Yen, with the Lockalo coming in clutch, but the cap is down on the second, and we do have players just diving over that last point, desperately trying to get something going, and more or less ends up being a sack to get that Uber popped off for Aimer, and now he's going to have a slight advantage, not much, but that chaos in the last is going to see them relinquish that Uber. Now Real Six has to play really freaking careful these last 30 seconds to draw this into banny time. I mean, it would have been over either way, but they certainly want to continue to have a chance here in Gullywise. I'm sure of that.
Definitely, and that is the joy or the benefit of the extended overtime that we got, is that it forces someone to actively win it. It just can't draw out to a timer deciding who is the winner here. So
no parking European buses on this server, baby.
No, exactly not. Yeah, no Europeans, none of the double-decker, London, the big red ones, that they go around,
That's what I always think of whenever I think of parking the bus.
Actually, that is what I think of. I just think of one of those type of things. Those things are massive, but what is also massive is the points lead that Quake Live have over their enemies at the moment. So if you are Real Team 6, you got to get 4 in a row to try and win it here as they're coming in. Quake Live are through choke. They're taking a lot of damage. Taz gets the force out from Alice. Really great stuff from him there. They do lose 2, but they also lose for Demo as well. So they maybe want to try and get a little bit aggressive here, but they have to worry about the counter Uber, and it does come in. They're flying in. Oh my God, Enoch just takes him down with a nice sticky. Holly not going to be able to do anything there, just kind of pogoing above choke, and now they're all disconnected, a little bit discoordinated. Mitski trying to run to safety, should be able to do so and escape over the last, but now this is going to be a really great opportunity for Quake Live to close it out here, number 1.
Oh, absolutely. They got that roughly 30% Uber advantage over Alice. I don't think they might need it. I don't know, man. This is definitely a team that's not afraid to rip it dry, so, don't put it past them. But no, once again, they're building in River. They're going to play it safe, work that 35-ish advantage. And like I said, Gully Wash, it's definitely not peanuts, right, to have a 30 advantage. And, yeah, they got the gun up, though, Real Six. We'll see how well it serves them. Pretty standard spot next to the beam there. But Shiga coming up on his Uber. Kai goes down in the meantime to fly in somewhere. But no, that Uber does come out regardless. Like I said before, they don't need that spawn. They're fairly confident in their 5-player Ubers. And yeah, it will fade here. Heavy, I do hear him spooling up. Tony's still in water here. Moose getting the kill on the Miskiwork. So down 3. Flight just not coming out the respawn, but Moose getting another one. Xavier onto Alice, and yeah, explosives all over the point, and Scout's capping it. It's a done deal, and 5-1 is your final score in Gullywash here. Quake Live coming out on top.
It is a done deal. I got to say that I feel like Quake Live should not have won that last push, because they lost 2 over in lower. Not lower, sorry, water before the push really started. And then it just seems like Real Team 6 had a good opportunity to just try and pick them off one by one, but instead that's exactly what Quake Live did to them. And they're, like you said, going to be able to walk away with it 5-1, taking the first map, and now they're going to be 2-0 in terms of overall maps, because they had a 1 map advantage from winning upper bracket. So this next map could decide it all. If they win this next one, they are going to be your main champions. And for a Real Team 6, they got to win the next 3 in a row, which up against this team is going to be a very, very tall order.
Yeah, in any other circumstance, it would be a tall ass order. But for here especially, it's almost insurmountable. But, for the first, 10 minutes or so, Real Six was doing well. They were holding on by their, toenails and fingernails, but they were still holding on. But then, yeah, as time went on, it just slowly slipped away from them. And now we're going to head over to Bagel. But actually, let's take a quick look at these logs.
Oh, my Enoch. Oh, my Enoch. There's a reason why they picked this map, folks. And it's because of Xavier on 99. Enoch, the man is a beast at it. If you've ever played against him, 21-7. 428 DPM. He is a menace. Is his map, honestly. They
Yeah,
made this map just for him.
like if you pick Xavier and you know you want him on demo and you pick Gullywash, you're kind of a dick in the refugee servers. I think it's sort. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've done it a couple times because I'm a vindictive person like that sometimes. But yeah, no, it's definitely scary to go against Xavier on demo on Gullywash specifically. It's the proof is in the pudding right there, and the further proof's in the eating. But yeah, like I said, it's a 5-1 scoreline. It was a little bit more even in the beginning here. The scoreline obviously doesn't reflect that, but Real Six doing well on Gullywash despite the circumstances that we've laid out. Obviously, nothing too crazy as far as the medics. As far as I'm concerned, I was certain that Aimer had not died once, but I do see that he died 3 times. But with 19 assists and 1 kill to boot, it's a pretty hefty KAD if you ask me on medic, especially in a main grand final.
Definitely a very, very good KAD. Yeah, I mean, on the whole, everyone in Quake Live we're playing very, very well together. I'd say that a one person I'd like to shout out would be Tony. He had a
Mm,
few kind of very clutch lock and load pipes.
yeah, yeah, got that drop that I didn't even
Yeah.
catch because I saw Aimer leaving. And I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he leave? And then just suddenly Blue Medic's drop, and I'm like, huh? And then I look up at the kill feed and lock and load, the dreaded lock and load, dude. The killer of medic streams around the world, man. Just oh God, it's especially when you get a guy that could just land every lock just perfectly timed to when you cross out into the open. It's miserable. It could be absolutely miserable.
No, it definitely can, and like you said, that lock and load is just such a deadly weapon because you can just get shot from somewhere you're not even paying attention to, and
No.
then all of a sudden you're taking down like 100 or something health. We do have word that while Taz is a sick player, he's really good, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of his amazing plays over on Bagel. He's also apparently sick, so he's just getting that all fixed up. Apparently he was in the hot dog eating competition. If this is right from the team leader Moose, he had 2,711 hot dogs, apparently. So our hearts go
What?
out to Taz.
No. He had two 7-Eleven hot dogs.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes a
that's
lot
the
more
thing.
sense.
See,
That
I would
yeah.
I would I would rather have 2,711 hot dogs from like a Nathan's hot dog eating contest than 7-Eleven. So yeah.
Yeah. That's probably true. I thought they were like the little like a little tiny mini hot dog.
Oh,
You
I
know what I
love those
mean?
things, man. Oh yeah.
And they're like really, really addicting. You know what I
Like
mean?
the Bagel Bites brand version of those mini hot dogs, dude. Oh, so good.
Yeah. You know what? They should do a bit more of that. They should do more mini food. You know.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, no, don't go eating 7-Eleven food before a grand final. That's our PSA to you from Fireside. We appreciate you. We don't want you to get sick on gas station food.
No,
Although
exactly.
what's worse, right? Is it the hot dogs or is it like the fruit or whatever? You know what I'm saying? That they sell some of those guys. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about? Like the bananas that have been sitting there. It's like, who buys bananas at a freaking 7-Eleven, dog? Like what?
that's true. Honestly, in a weird way, I feel like I feel like a salad would just like
Mm.
scare me at
Oh
Seven
yeah.
Eleven.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
like because like in a way like a hot dog like it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like okay, all right, if they're gonna have like some type of quote unquote real food, a hot dog there, but like a lettuce, like even though there should be nothing wrong with it, it makes it even more suspicious. You know what
Right,
I
right.
mean? You know, like what did you do to make it like okay to be here? You know what I mean? Did
Soylent
you like,
Green is people.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
it just like Soylent Green this shit or something, or you like, I don't know. So I don't know. We'll have to see. As Tiger is a kind of going with the air blast spam at the moment in the pregame. We should know. I think you did talk about it that this is Real Team Six's map pick.
Yeah, both of these Koth maps, if we get to them, are real sixes map picks, and I get it. They did well in the regular season against other teams on Koth, not against Quake Live. They lost 4-2 on Clear Cut, like I said. But I was sort of talking about it with Josh before we got started. Maybe they hit the dojo. It's only been a week, but maybe they pulled out of the South specifically for Koth. You know, they had that secret juice cooking. I don't know, man. But because it's a really tough proposition, right? Because you get knocked out last week to them, you make your way back up, but it's like you're this far into the season. How much more can you actually hammer out and get squared away? You know what I'm saying? It's not that they can't do it. It's just a really big order to get that all squared away within a week against a team that we just saw can switch up their lineup based on the map they're playing. You know, it's just I have hope. You know, they clearly picked these maps for a reason, but considering last week, I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I don't know either. We'll have to see because they, whatever reason they decided that this was their best bet against this team, which I wouldn't have necessarily thought of because when
No,
you look at Quake Live, one a very common characteristic of King of the Hill maps is that they tend to play very heavily into which team has the better DM. Obviously,
really.
tactics, positioning, very very important. All of that's part of DM, but still
Yeah,
DM itself, like just hey,
putting
can I
bullets in the
have my
faces.
cursor over this guy's
Yeah,
player model?
yeah.
Very very important on King of the Hill, and I would have said that especially with their lineup as it is, kind of favors Quake Live just a bit more. But maybe they've been hidden, like you said, the demo reviews, the MGE, all that type of stuff, and they've really grinded something special out.
Well, it remains to be seen, but I really don't want to put a prediction of this. This is potentially the last map, though, of this series, which I kind of wanted to see. I wanted to see Sunshine, but maybe we'll get there with this map here. I had to go puke. Glizzies. Oh, okay. I don't even know what that
Dang.
means. I'm way
Well,
too old to understand what that means, and I don't care to find out.
well, all we know is that I think Taz is a hopefully okay.
Okay. I thought
Taz
glizzies
is
meant Glock. Got the glizzy with the switch, right? I don't fucking know, man.
I mean, yeah, hot dog, Glock, all the same. You can probably find both at a 7-Eleven somewhere.
Yeah, they're both made of
Um,
plastic if they come from 7-Eleven.
exactly. Um, but I think Taz is feeling a little bit better. So, shout outs to him
Well,
for
might be
going
why
through that.
might be why he wasn't putting the boots to Alice because last week he was just an absolute menace to Alice all over Snakewater. He just couldn't get away from him. But maybe some food related illness might have put Taz in a place where he couldn't quite style on Alice. I don't know. Maybe that he got it all out of his system. It'll change.
We do have word. It is apparently tech issues for Real Team 6. Tony is the only one not in the server, so hopefully
Well,
it's not that Peruvian internet. Oh, he's in the server, he's in Spectate, but yeah,
well,
hopefully it's not that Peruvian internet causing a bit of damage over there.
well. Something that you could spend your money on other than Peruvian internet might be our fourth wall memberships for Fireside. Yeah, if you
Oh,
type exclamation subscribe into our chat, you can sign up for that. Or alternatively, you can use your Prime subscriptions to support Fireside. With your support, we're able to go to events like RGLN. We had photos, videos, interviews, all that good behind the scenes stuff that you can get with your fourth wall membership. By subscribing, you're also helping us continue this endeavor to bring you regular season, LAN, pretty much anything under the sun as far as TF2. It's a small community, and most of these things obviously need a lot of support from the community. Sometimes that involves financials. But at any rate, we appreciate you watching. We appreciate anything that you give, and also to all our sponsors that we had along the way.
yes. That is a incredible read. And yeah, I mean, there's just so
It's
much.
there's a lot going
Yeah.
on. There's just so much things to cover, so little time. But we managed to do it. We're out here, and I mean, I'm glad. I'm all for it. Any coverage that we can get, shit, yeah.
Yeah, that I was gonna say, yeah, Fireside doing so much for the community. Shout outs to Jay Dio, our
Hmm.
producer,
Hmm.
over here, putting in the work, this season, the previous season, the season before that one as well, season before that. He's just in so much work kind of leading the Fireside crew. So
Oh,
special
absolutely.
shout outs to him as we do have Tony joining in.
Finally.
Hopefully they've got those tech issues sorted up and we're going to be
Wait, wait,
going.
wait.
Oh.
Tech issues. I don't think they have the right config because there's only three win slots allotted.
Oh shit! Wait, you're right. Someone tell them. Oh no, they got earbuds in. They're not listening.
They're on
No.
the soundproof stage. No, somebody knock on the
No.
glass. Oh, wait, the sound won't
Somebody.
travel. Oh no, why did we ever agree to
Oh
this?
no. Well, regardless, we're gonna be going live.
And
Either re-exec it or they just go 2-3, whatever happens first, as they going to be watching these teams on this first mid. No one getting aggressive just quite yet, just going to be trying to look at all the angles, trying to have everything nice and locked down. Over on the side, Tiny just taking control of house just a little bit, playing a little bit passively. Now going to get a little bit aggressive, going to meet up with the soldier in the air. They trade out both of them. Now it's going to be a scout 1v1 over in the house. Moose going to back up, and they find the trade on each other now. Real Team 6 getting aggressive on the point. They're trying to eke it out under Quick Live's nose. They have so much cap time. Now the soldier Taz coming in on the man against the drop. Really great stuff from Taz there. Just goes in through house. Is going to back up. They did lose the point, but that doesn't matter. Now they've got full Uber ad to work their way in onto the point again.
like I said, man, he just had to get those glizzards out of his system, I guess. And yeah, Taz coming in first thing and making Alice remember, hey, last week, that was me. I'm still here, buddy. But yeah, first cap for Real 6, a bit of a jump in from Fly, trying to get something going. Holly going to follow up, gets absolutely demolished, and Tony will follow suit. Tiger biceps in the back line, and Amer getting a kill with the bows. And like I always say, man, that's a fracking class, and Amer showing it out as the point is capped back by Quake Live. Only 37 seconds gone off the clock for Real 6, so quite a bit of a ways to go here, especially at Uber disadvantage. Alice at 60 after that drop, and they have to figure something out here for the first forward hold.
They do have to figure something out, and sending their soldier in. Holly gets a nice upward direct on Kai, but not enough to get the kill. They do lose one in. Missy works Tiny. Going to go down. Enoch as well. Also going to be going down.
Okay.
So there's going to be no demo on the field for Quake Live. They're going to be down 2 projectiles, so it's going to be much easier for Real Team 6 to break that forward hold, and they do now trying to get a little bit aggressive over on the point. Holly taking some spam and throwing some out as well as a soldiers in very, very deep. It's Fly going to get caught out there as the Uber comes in, wants to try and get out the counter. Uber not going to be able to do it. Going to be holding on to that one is going to be Alice. Moose not able to get that force there. Now Kai trying to run in. A huge bomb onto the medic is going to be able to force that one out. Really great use from the medic. Otherwise, they would have surely died. Kai trying to escape. Might be able to get out. No, there's too many on his case, and he's going to be taken down. They do regain control of the point, and there is going to be basically even Ubers, all things considered, but a little bit more time on the point that Real Team 6 have to try and take down.
Yeah, and just by virtue of the fact that it's just 1 point, it's a small map usually on COD, right? Collapses really can be recovered from pretty easily. You know, you don't have these catastrophic, you know, last-to-last, coast-to-coast pushes, but either way, we're going to see Quake Live putting out some aggression here, taking down Fly, just down 1. Uber's still not in play here, although they are even. Quake Live looking to take this point back, and they do successfully capture it. They don't deny anybody, and Fly going to come off that respawn. So yeah, just having a battle with even Ubers on point. Miskwer's going to edge that point again, and hopefully Amer doesn't get blasted into another exchange early, as is often the case on this map. And here we go. They are going to use Uber first to counter pop. Alice not going to flash Tony, so a slightly longer Uber for him as the Ubers fade, and we do have basically everybody on the point from Real 6. It's not great. Okay, and they all scatter. Good. As soon as they get the point. And actually, Quake Live going to back out and reposition themselves through house onto plat, and just started all over again here. Tony taking some fat damage across the point from Xavier's pills and stickies. Going to back up a bit, but Miskwer's still keeping his toes planted on that point here, backing up a bit now as pressure comes into the house on the left here. Fly doing his best to battle that out. Still denying the point. Miskwer jumps off for but a second, and his cat back. 90 seconds to go for a Quick Live on the timer here. We do have a soldier in, Taz, jumping around, fading, trying to cause some chaos, get some eyes on him. Just fading around. Miskwer's getting that cap back. Greatness is done now, minute 19, passing. Real 6 on the timer here, and some Taz going in big, but getting denied by Fly here. Miskwer's taking a direct from right house on a Tiny. Sees the pocket scout for Real 6, and actually Shiga taking a pill here, almost going down here. Very scary here. Both medics with Uber in hand here. Minute 14 as Real 6 captures that point back.
Yeah, basically even time on the point for both of these teams now. Quick Live trying to get a little bit aggressive here. They have been almost able to eke out the point, but they're not going to be able to do so. They only a hair away as the flank shoves over on the right house. Kai going to be able to take down Fly, but they lose both of their lives over in that house area. So not working out super well for Quick Live. They do get control of the point, but now they have the longer respawns. Miski Works trying to play the point, getting a little bit aggressive onto Enoch. Is going to have to shoot him back away. Now the Uber comes out. Moose leading it in. He does get the counter Uber out from Real Team 6, and now it's going to be who has the better Uber. Moose on top of the point, going to get blasted back by the scattergun shots of Miski. Going to be doing enough to capture up the point for his team. Under a minute for both teams here, but Miski goes down. Holly taken down over in the right house. Taz bombs in, tries to get the cleanup kill, but Tony with a nice long range pipe onto Aimer. That's going to be a dead medic. They capture it up. They extend their spawns. Can Alice stay alive just dodging all the pipes? Oh my god, he jumps onto a roller. It's a soldier. Oh, the roller. Oh, Enoch, really great stuff there. And, you know, that's one of the few instances, number one, where if he had lock and load, he would not have gotten that kill.
Yeah, very true. We see one instance of lock and load being great, and then we see another instance of rollers still being useful. So yeah, very unfortunate that Alice walked over not one but two rollers back to back. And the first one I don't think he really saw, but the second one he kind of backed himself into a corner, and yeah, that's all she wrote. But not a significant Uber advantage, still workable for Real 6 as they get the point taken away from him. 18 seconds to contend with, though, 27 seconds for them, but it's just a wave of blue in front of this Real 6 side, just across the point, and Shiga actually getting blasted from behind by Fly, and just all these air shots missing, but Aimer, Shiga able to survive with 22 HP as the time ticks down on this first round, and it's Tony alive, left in the back line. Now it's just Alice to contend with on the point. Bit of a tough ask if you ask me, but yeah, we'll see Quake Live taking the first point away from Real 6.
Yeah, I know you said Medic is a fragging class, but I think even for the best of them, that was a little bit too much for Alice to try and deal with there.
Within reason, yeah.
Within reason. And that was not a reasonable ask from Alice. No. So it is going to be 1-0 in the favor of Quake Live. Getting a good early start on to the second map. And if they win this one, they're going to be winners in the grand finals. Overall, they're going to be winners in the main division, as they were waiting for the point to unlock so teams can try and get some early cap time on it, as they're going to be pushing this right house. Is going to be the flank, and they do find one onto Fly. Good opening pick. Enoch immediately with a pipe onto Miscue Works. Moo's going to find one onto Tony. Holly taken down as well, and it might be one for one more. No, Tiger going to be able to defend himself, and trying to escape takes a bit of damage, but no one's going to try and chase that one. So very good aggressive flank shove from Kai and Taz there, working well as a unit to take down Fly and just open things up for the rest of their team.
And that's the tail of the tape.
Oh my god.
Sick trap. Good lord, that's twice now he's gotten somebody with that. One time he got Missy Rex, but you gotta watch out for those traps, man. Xavier, he's a menace. But I forget the hell I was gonna say. But anyway, 2 minutes 30 left on the clock for Quake Live. They got a pretty good forward hold coming out. Now it's on Real 6 to break it. Holly trying to bust those stickies away, and it's just her on that ramp side here. Tony taking a whole bunch of spam in the house here. Has to get healed by Alice, and Miski desperately trying to corral his team, and Fly breaks through on the left here onto Platt. Tiny desperately trying to be killed by Miski Works, but he could have the table slipped on it if he's not careful, and there's the roller from Xavier getting the kill on him, and now 3 dead for Real 6 with only Tiny gone for Quake Live. Actually, Uber popped out from Aimer, so successful 3-man, I guess. For Real 6, they'll have Uber and Hannah contend with this point now, but a minute 50 and counting for Quake Live.
And it was a good job from Fly to get in on to Aimer and force it out. Now it gives his team an opportunity to try and get some ground, as we do have a very, very high bomb coming in from Taz. Lands onto the scout. Oh, he gets kind of air shot there by Holly. Great stuff. But oh, Enoch just comes in, pipes down Holly, gets another nice pipe onto the medic. Alice, super far back here, is going to have to try and escape with his life. Everyone dying around him, hiding by the bins, is going to have to use the Uber. Kai getting that one forced out. Fly might get caught out. No, is going to be able to save himself there, as that does, however, give Aimer 70% Uber, and they kept control of the point during all of that number one.
Yeah, not exactly the position you want to be in as Real 6. This is like as dire as it can get. You haven't even licked the point once except for right now. And actually, Xavier might get bumped in here by some splash, but no, actually in the Uber popped up. There is no counter Uber to speak of. Fly going to get the kill on the Taz here as the bomb comes in from Xavier, but the rest of Real 6 going to just filter out and actually regress almost successfully. Kai getting the kill on a Fly there, says the soldier down for both sides here, but Taz is very short on the respawn timer. Holly coming up, trying to give them what for. Moose is battling on the point against Miski Works, and the point is almost capped up. And there we go, finished up by Tiger Biceps. So Sony gets the kill on to Kai with that lock and load from long distance, baby.
Yeah, Kai taken down there, unfortunately for him, but not too unfortunate considering his team only has 30 seconds left, and now they're getting
Alice.
aggressive over in the house. Going to be bombing around. Alice is going to have to use the Uber there to save a few players. They are going to be able to get a good few kills with it. Moose in a 1v1 with Tiger, going to be able to win that one with a nice backwards fadeaway scattergun shot, and now it's going to be lurking in behind. They should know about him. Seems like they're
Surely.
going. Misky works leading a charge to try and take him down, but Moose has been able to avoid detection for the meantime, hiding over in this kind of alleyway, driveway area. Now he's going to get in, has made his presence known as everyone else on the rest of his team aggressing forward, gaining a bit of time. Fly, Super Duper Weak is going to have to try and jump out. Misky works as well. Super Weak going to have to wait for an arrow. Catches it. Moose finally taken down, but his team are going to be able to capture up the point in all that chaos.
Yeah, surprising that somebody behind for that long was able to actually be a net positive for his team. Usually that's a death sentence, especially on clear cut. But no, we are going to see an Uber popped out from Shiga, Aimer. Alice on 70%, backing up with the rest of his team. Just Holly down in the meantime from Taz, but they do have to put some lead into it, get going, because there's 10 seconds counting on the round timer. They got a bit of cap time. They got to finish that off. Tiny getting Fly in the meantime way too far ahead of his team. Now here comes the four-man for Alice, pretty much at 93%. The aggression coming out here. Misker is going to kill Taz. Kai onto Tony. But Alice and company have to get moving here. They do have the point for the meantime, but is captured back just that quickly. Xavier getting some mean wombo combos, but actually the pop out from Alice is going to see Fly come in, or Holly jump in on top of Xavier. And
oh my
God! In the right house on a Misky works, but Tiger Biceps avenges his fallen teammate, but at what cost? That's a clip right there.
That is a clip. Tiny has been doing a lot of work so far in this game and in the previous one. So shout outs to them. Just some insane nutty rockets, and partially because of that, their team gonna have Uber advantage to work with. It's overtime for them, so they only have to capture it up once, and then they're gonna be able to get a second round. And it's so hard to defend this point. They do find an early one onto Taz, but they have to get on the point. They can't let this capture this up. Doesn't matter how many kills they get. They're going to lose it just like that. They were getting kills over in that left house, but it doesn't matter. You have to block the point, especially when the other team has overtime on you. And so that's going to be the second round in the favor of Quake Live.
It was a really tough prospect because Quake Live really mounted that ring around the rosy left house push with Uber, and there's not really much you can do about it because they're going to make their way through all the way behind you. And yeah, they just kind of had to just play musical chairs here, and Quake Live just jumped on top of the point and finished it off while nobody else was there to jump on it and prevent them from doing it. But yeah, so I guess third and last round potentially coming out here. I don't know if they figured out this config yet, but point is unlocking, and we'll see how it goes from here. And what I wanted to say, I remember, it's this left house is just such a nuisance, especially for Fly. I feel bad for him, and you got to hold it down against two people that are just constantly looking to gank you, and it's a really tough ask. I mean, it's a phrase that she keeps saying over and over again, and I think that's pretty much the name of the game here. Going against Quake Live, it's really freaking rough.
It is really rough as we do have the aggression coming in, just bombing all the way across the point. Alice a little bit disconnected from everyone around him. They do get 3 over on Quake Live taken down, and Fly is a little bit hurt. Weak over in the house area. Moose just runs in, gets that easy kill, and that is going to be Fly sent back to the respawn room as they're going to be waiting for the rest of their respawners in opening. However, for Quake Live to get aggressive, they had the faster respawners because they didn't have control of the point, and now the Uber going to come out. Tiger leading the charge is going to get the counter force on to Enoch. Flashing him to try and keep him alive is Shiga, and that should be enough for them to get the point, and they are going to be able to capture it up, but they're going to have to back up as the re-aggression already from Real Team 6, just trying to do everything they possibly can to get some type of momentum, get some type of point on the board in the second game.
And yeah, clearing away the demo carpet there was Tiger Biceps as Kai gets the kill into house on Misky Works, but answered back by Tiger. So once again, avenging his teammate here, but it's another precarious situation here. Tiger just trying to edge that point out with 70 HP. Does manage to get it, but backs up almost instantly. Literally even time here, 2 minutes 25 and counting for both teams on the clock here. Now it's on Quake Live to come out and take that point back, but Alice slightly ahead in the Ubers, very slightly, as Tiny comes bouncing around from house and the follow from Taz. Could see Alice go down here if he's not careful. Finally gets that Uber up, but another 3-man, cleared away. I saw that, but yeah, Moose clearing away Holly on her own mission there on Aimer. Now the aggression from Misky Works on the plat finally gets the follow from Fly here. Both guys popped up, and Aimer losing one, drops. from the scout and demo combo, and Kai gonna go down to the pills once again from Tony, and now it's on both soldiers to kind of work something out here. They're on both sides of the map here, linking up. Here comes Xavier flying through the sky here, gets cleared away with very low HP. Now it's just Taz to contend with, and he's gonna live with a bit of health, but yeah, here comes the re-aggression from Quake Live. Aimer once again on 20% Uber coming out of that spawn here, but some really good aggression from Real 6. See some locking out those doorways to get a forward hold going, and Alice does have Uber in hand to contend with, so they could take it into him if they're not careful. They could get collapsed on here. This could be a powerful Uber if they spot it out here. Just playing pretty standard stuff, Fly looking in main. Holly and Miski on right, Tiny breaking his way out. The right gets booked up.
My God.
Earshot from Holly. Xavier coming in behind. Kai on to Fly here. Uber is popped out. Preventing any further deaths is Alice. As Taz flies around behind. They're going to have to contend with him now as Aimer is on 85% Uber. Less than a minute to go for Real 6 though, so they held on for a really long time and really well.
Yeah, and Taz is going to be the final one to fall there. So, like you said, they did get the Uber, and now it's going to be an opportunity for Quake Life to use their Uber advantage to try and get onto the point. The best opportunity that Real Team 6 has had so far in the second map. Now they're getting aggressive, trying to get in onto Aimer. They do get the use out, and they do lose a couple while doing so. Are they going to be able to lose anyone else? No, that is going to be Holly staying alive, and now the Uber has been expended for Quake Life. They don't have control of the point just quite yet. Taz over in the house trying to see if he can maybe go for some type of flank play, but going to back up instead. So they've kept hold to it all this long, and now they've got Uber advantage. The pressure is on Quake Live if they want to try and do something here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the best they've looked. You're completely right on this map here. And here comes the 5-man for the point, basically. They do get the cap here. For no further losses here. Tony goes down, but the Uber has popped up from Alice, and they got to get this point back.
Oh,
Pretty
Taz!
soon to make it all worth it. Taz getting 2 onto Holly. Tiger biceps cleared away by Flying. Tiny getting the other one onto Alice. And then Xavier onto Miski works, and oh no, it's just Tony left alive in the spawn. Desperately trying to come out to the point and see what's what. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left for Quake Live, so it's not completely over yet, but Real 6 in a pretty good position, all things considered, despite not having Uber, despite not having the point right now, but they do have to break out of yet another forward hold to see if their fortune is on the other side of this timer.
Yeah, they have been able to break out. Fortunately for them, Quake Live wasn't super in position, but they have Uber, and Alice definitely going to be caught out here. Question is, are they going to be able to get anyone in response? They do find one. Miski works, finds 2 actually. Taz and Kai both going down here. It's going to be a chaos fight over in this left house now. This Tiger kind of come in onto, they capture up the point, and now it's going to be a GM fight. They just cleaned them up over in that house, and they're going to be all dead there. A little bit too aggressive with that Uber, maybe a little bit to a thinking that they had it in the bag there, and they just got cleaned up in the collapse, and that's going to be the first round for Real Team 6.
Yeah, they got kind of hemmed up in the house in the post-Uber fight. I don't know if I necessarily disagree with that Uber use. I mean, they were definitely caught in by all metrics. You know, they got the med. They just needed to work the rest of the picks. But I think Real 6 was able to scatter effectively. And yeah, it came back in full force and just completely wiped everybody that was diving on the point. So I don't agree necessarily with the diving on the point, but the Uber itself, it's hit or miss. I think they have the confidence in themselves, and I think they earn that. But it does result in a point for Real 6, so they're definitely not out of it yet. They're only down by 1 here. Point is unlocking. Let's see how it goes.
We will see how it goes. This time it's going to be Taz. Bomb ground goes for a fadeaway bomb. Kai is going to be the first one to fall over in that right house. So he's just going to have to back up, and that's going to allow enough time to an opportunity for them to pressure the point just a little bit. Moose taking a bit of damage, going to be able to surf back over to safety. The point exchanging hands back and forth so far as much as they possibly can without losing too many players, as is the norm on Bagel. They do lose one on each side. Taz and Tiger both going to be going down for each respective team. Fly getting a bit aggressive over in house and is going to get chased by the scout, going to get cleaned up. Nice job from Moose on that aggressive pursuit, and now it's going to be his team in control of the point, capturing up basically roundabout even time, all things considered. But now Ubers aren't playing. Miski Works going to be leading it across the point, gets the counter flash out from Quake Live, and now they're going to be trying to pressure with theirs, get a little bit aggressive. They're going in very, very deep here with it. They might get caught out. Shiga, nice surf over to safety. Very, very well executed for him, but the same can't be said for the rest of his team. All going down 1 by 2 by 3 down on the side of Quake Live. it might be chasing a little bit. Fly wanted to go for something, is going to get taken down instead, and he's going to be hit with a very big respawn timer considering his team just captured up the point.
Well, now I'm reminded of the Johnny Cash performance of Children Go Where I Send Thee in Denmark. It's a pretty good performance. You should check it out. But after this, because we still have a lot of action to go here, and now it's Quake Live's turn to come out and try to take the point back. Moose setting some feetsies on top of the point, feeling it out. Tony trying to send up some stickies, but not finding a whole lot of purchase. And now that point is captured back, but Holly grouping up with Tiger in that right house, taking out Tiny, so that's down to Soldier. And this is a pretty weak flank here, all things considered, on this map. And Fly getting the kill on the task, so down both Soldiers for Quake Live. Not a great position, as the point is being capped up here by Tony. Miski works for Real 6, and they do get it back. 2 minutes 15 for them and counting, just 2 minutes for Quake Live. And some Soldiers trying to jump over the top, and some carpets from Xavier. Not going to see a whole lot of results here. Fly, very low health, 37 HP, gets cleaned away with ease by Kai in that right house from Kai's perspective. So yeah, down one, but Miski still on top of the point. It actually didn't flank this whole time. Quake Live coming in through the left house, completely left unguarded because of Fly being dead, and Holly waiting for an arrow and actually gets caught lacking. Waiting for that arrow, just completely nonchalant here. And now 3 dead for this Real 6 side. Could be 4, could be Alice as well, making it 5. Ooh. But no, does manage to escape, and it will be 4 dead. But it's just Fly and Alice left alive here as Quake Live takes that point back, 1:57 and counting. So really good re-aggression, despite a good counter aggression from Real 6 at the beginning there.
Yes, a lot of aggressing, counter-aggressing, re-countering the counter-aggression going on in these fights so far. But at the end of the day, it was Quake Live who got the better of that. Uber's roundabout even so far, just a little bit of advantage for Quake Live. It's going to be Real Team 6 pressuring the flank. Tiger and Holly trying to get aggressive over there. Nice Rocket onto Tiny from Holly, but not enough to do any lasting damage. Fly going to be the first one that falls. Tiny with a nice Rocket on the Misker. We're going to be able to take them down and doing well to defend the point. So that's going to be 2 down for Real Team 6. You're just going to have to back up a little bit of a distance. Tiny just kind of holding that door, making sure that no one gets into that house area for free, but now going to rotate back over towards their team, getting a lot of time off the clock. Both teams have Uber, so we might see an Uber exchange coming out from Moose any second here.
Oh, surely. But we'll see how good it goes, because Fly getting the kill on the task, they're down one already, but the answer back from Xavier onto Fly with the pills. Point is in danger of being capped up here, and here comes the Uber. That's what we were waiting for. A bit of a flash here. Moose kind of wants to stay in. Knows that his Uber is mathematically better, but positionally, the rest of his team just ain't there here. Now here comes Soldier. Oh my God. Holly, the scout player, getting the air shot on Soldier onto Xavier. Love to see it. And Miski going to finish off Tiny, so 2 dead for Quake Live, and point firmly in the hands of Real 6, and they've got a little bit of an ad. Again, not really much to go off of, but it is there. So it could prevent just an early dry push from Quake Live if all things go the way of Real 6. They're trying to bust their way in through ramp here. Both Soldiers holding down that right door, but Tiny and Xavier could bust their way through, and here comes Tiny, finding his way in, getting chipped down here. Nice rocket from Holly. Does manage to avoid cratering, but Moose there with the scatter gun to finish off the kill himself, and also answering him to Tony, and Tiger biceps gets a hammer. Very unfortunate, but fortunate if you're Real 6. Alice going to back away with 70% Uber, and the point is being capped, and surely they're going to wait for the medic to come up because they don't want to deny him.
No, you do not want to deny the medic. That is probably the most important, especially in this type of scenario, because now Alice has 100%. A roundabout even just a little bit in the favor of Quake Live, and it's going to only become more so as they do have control of the point for the meantime, but it might not be any much longer, as now it's going to be Real Team 6 with this Uber. They want to get aggressive here, but losing one in Holly, not the way to do so. They find the trade out over onto Kai. Now a bombing Soldier is going to be Tiny. That's a lot of damage, but it's going to get cleaned up fairly quickly. Taz onto the demo, finds one onto a scout instead. That's going to be not the target he maybe intended to go for, but a target he'll welcome all the same. And they do capture it up. Only 10 seconds left on the clock for Quake Live, and you know, as long as they can get it to overtime, it can be so hard for the enemy team to try and defend in these types of scenarios where you basically have to play perfectly, can't let them get onto the capture point at all. As we do have the Uber coming in, it's going to be an Uber exchange. Tony going to be taken down by Tiny, but 2 Ts battling out right here. So going to be a no demo for Quake Live, and they lose another one in Fly, and just seems like the aggression coming out from Quake Live is going to be a little bit superior for the moment. Miski works, does get 2. Tiger gets a 3rd. Moose on a 5K at the moment. The man is insane. It's just going to be a DM fight over the point. It's going to be overtime for Quake Live. They have to defend it, and oh my God, just 2 insta sticky traps from Enoch. A 3rd pipe onto the Soldier. It just makes it look so easy, and that should be the 3rd round in a row for actually not third round in a row, but the third round for Quake Live.
And uh, and yeah, as far as this config is concerned, that's the end of the game. But we like to play by the rules around here, and that is not the correct config because it goes to 4 in officials, which obviously we have not reached. So I guess a bit of a snafu with the config, but you wouldn't play TF2 if you like things being orderly and starting on time, right? You love that punk rock, we start when we want to sort of aesthetic of TF2, right? I know I do.
Oh yeah, of course. It's we start when we want. Yeah, that's the great thing about TF2 is honestly that community feel that would be lost if
Right.
you compare it to other major esports
It's
type of games.
it's one game that I feel like the community reflects the theme and the tone of the game. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
don't run into cats like you do in TF2 with the weird names. And dude, the amount of funny weird names that I've seen in TF2 are just too many to count. You don't see that sort of creativity in other games, you know. Uh,
No,
but yeah,
like the
it's
people in league are just all there, even though they want to kill themselves. You know what I mean? They still play that game regardless. So
yeah.
it is definitely a different vibe, which is a part of the reason what makes TF2 and this community so great.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And
Yeah,
they, I get
the weirdos that loved Half Life that wanted to play a different game. You know, that's TF2 players more or less.
yeah,
And don't
round about.
and I don't say that disparagingly because obviously I play TF2, so I'm lumping myself in that. But yeah, as we get this all resolved, well, looks like we might actually be going live here pretty soon. We have one team readied up. I'm just going to take a quick little peek at that log though to see if there's anything crazy in there. And no, pretty standard stuff here. Savior doing 460 DPM. That's pretty out of the ordinary, I guess, if you wanted to really examine these pretty closely. But yeah, let's see. Moose with God, 20, 10, and 7, 295 DPM. Absolutely monstrous on Scout on Bagel.
Yeah, doing really really good. It's funny because you said Enoch 460, which is an insane stat line
Yeah,
for anyone, but honestly for Enoch, it's just kind of expected.
that's
You know what I
average.
mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, you see 460 DPM for him, and you're like, all right, average Enoch game.
Why
The
wasn't it
man,
660? You could be better. Come on.
yeah, just do 200 more DPM, but uh, he's
He's hitting the
definitely
sticky
playing
traps.
very, very well. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been hitting some really sick traps, some really kind of sick, two sticky, one pipe type kills.
Hmm.
The bada bing, bada boom type stuff that you love to see, and just pulling out all the works. But someone who needs to be pulling out the works,
Mm,
Miski and his team, because they are down
yeah. Um,
3-1, and this is their final opportunity. Number one.
yeah, and like I said, I when I played my season with Miski, he was on demo. Not exactly class that he would profess that he's the greatest at. Obviously, he has a leopard scout. But as far as I know, he didn't play pocket scout. He was more of a flank scout, I thought. But I guess I was wrong in my initial assumption that he would be playing flank scout because it seems like he is playing pocket tonight. So I wonder if maybe that's playing into it because I've noticed him do that thing that flank scouts tend to do when you put him on pocket scout is just sort of run away from the medic and just take frags. Obviously it makes sense within the context of scout because you could get back there so quickly, right? You're so quick. But the fact is that while you're turning your head and doing all that, there are 3 other people that are just waiting for you to do just that so they can jump on your medic. And another thing that I'm seeing, and I'm really not a fan of it. He's spending way too much time on top of the nipple because all that does is just invite yourself to be stickied and then shot by rockets, by bombing soldiers, and that's a perfect flat ground, and you can't exactly run away from the splash there because of the size of that nipple. It's one thing I'm not wild about. I'd much rather have my scout on the floor and peeking around, around the sides because it's a lot safer, right? Because you're not just there for everybody to see you and shoot you. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree.
It's just a small nitpick because healing is at a premium on this map, and when you're dealing with a guy that's just taking so much damage, you want to beam him because you're your scout, obviously. But after a certain point, you're kind of like, dude, help me out here, because especially when you get more than one person on that point, and then it just becomes just a CF trying to manage the heals and trying to figure out who needs me more at that moment. So anything you can do to just keep that beam on you, but not take so much damage that your medic can afford to, not have you at a full beam the entire time. I don't know. It's just a small nitpick. I don't know. I'm
No,
very
I
particular when it comes to healer. I mean, if you're making my job harder, I'm going to tell you about it.
Well, they're not making our job any harder because they have decided to both ready up. This could be the final round of the main grand finals. However, it seems like we have gone. Never mind. It seems like everything's fine. It seems like there was maybe a pause there, but nope. It
That'd be
is
wild.
a okay. Yeah, this could be the final round if Quake Live do win this, and they already getting very aggressive over on the house. Tiny and Kai rush that. They take down Holly, and that's going to be the first opening pick of what could be the last round here. Now going to be trying to pressure onto the point, get some early cap time. They're very far forward, very aggressive right now. It is going to be a fly just flying away, going to be projected by the scattergun shots of the scouts. Taz taking down one and Tiger, and that's already going to be Quake Live capturing up the midpoint.
And yeah, Miskiworks still has his feet on the point though, however, but Moose trying to shoot back the soldier in left house. That's going to be Holly, finished up by Tiny. And taking the aggression across the point, Moose very lucky to not die to a meat shot or a pill there, only with 81 HP. Skirts back to his medic though. Tony getting the kill on a Moose in the meantime, so he does not escape the wrath of Real Six for very long in here. Miskiworks captures back that point. Not a whole lot of time taken off the Quake Live, so a pretty good spot, all things considered. Down a soldier, but Moose just now coming off the respawn here. Man advantage, actually two-man advantage for Real Six as they collect Tiny on the plat. And yeah, Quake Live having to back out in the house here, and they look like they might want to take this one right. No, they have actually been a fan of coming out this left side from their perspective. Actually, as I say that, they shift over to the right now. It's trying their luck with ramp here. They know the stickies are there, but they don't want to quite rush out into it yet. Trying to see if they can get something going in Taz on the flank here, almost going down. Actually, Craters! Holly going to be credited with that kill, so one in favor of Real Six here, still fin each other out, and just a demo's trading stickies and pills on this left side ramp here as Holly finds her way into the lobby here with the other soldier. Decides to back out, realizes that there's nothing there because everybody's on the left side, and Tiny trying to call his team in here. That's the stickies from Tony, and now the rest of Quake Live just trying to blow their way in here as Kai and Taz come in on the plat here, and Real Six had to back up. They don't lose anybody, but no Ubers exchange yet as 2 minutes comes up on the clock for Real Six.
2 minutes indeed, and they've got that much more to go if they want to try and walk away with it. They do need to do so because any mess ups here is going to spell the end of their grand finals aspirations as Tony taken down, dropped from the Uber coming out from Quake Live. And it's going to be a lot better for them as they get on top of the point, get a lot of early capture time. Real Six can't really do much because they don't have a demo here to try and deny the point, and they're getting aggressive over on the right side. Fly taking down Taz is going to be traded out, and it's just going to be all favoring Real Six because they have the faster respawners for the moment, but they don't have control of the point. So they're going to try and regain control. Miskiworks over on the point, gets a lot of cap time, is going to be able to eke it out without losing anyone. So good stuff from Real Six there. Basically going to be even Ubers, all things considered, because they both medics did use in that previous Uber exchange. So now all eyes on a Quake Live to try and get aggressive here, see what they do to try and regain control of the point.
Well, Taz is just noodling around in the left house, getting some cross-map spam onto Miski's fly. It's going to try to jump up and try to contend with that, but Kai comes up. It was a trap. It's a trap. They lured him into the ambush, and Fly will go down here trying to cap the point back Quake Live, but Tony still on top of the point for the time being, but he has to back up due to the spam, and yeah, very poor help from Real Six as he back up and Quake Live takes that point back, but a minute 4 for Real Six, so ahead in the time here. They have to hold on for 56 seconds for Quake Live to even it back up here, and that's certainly doable here. Alice has Uber, so does Shiga. Trying to get the cap back, trying to bait out that Uber exchange, and looks like Aimer might want to go with it as he's taking rockets. Moose is just edging further and further, and he's almost disappeared completely behind the point here. That would have been catastrophic if they could have jumped on top of him, but Miskiworks trying to get his team in now. They're actually going to go for the aggression. They don't have the point, though, but they're just going to let Tiger Biceps cap the point in the meantime. Moose realizes he's going to try to go for that un-Uber player as the Ubers fade. Kai is on top of the point, taking the 1v1 against Miskiworks. Nobody dies in the interim, but as these Ubers fade, that could change here. Alice, 36 health, has to back out here as Taz puts rockets into the back of Tony on the point here. And again, red health all around as Tiger Biceps goes down to Tiny. The answer on to Xavier with the pills from Tony, but he'll get traded out as Holly will be the last one to die, as well as the point is capped back by Quake Live. 90 seconds to go.
Only 90 seconds to go, a minute left for the other team. So we're getting it very, very down to the wire, very close to the end of what could be the last round here. All eyes on Real Team 6 as they try and push out, get a bit of damage onto Tiny. Not going to find the kill. Taz going to get taken down. Trades going either which way on each side of the map, but it is definitely favoring Quake Live as they only lose 2 versus the 4 from Real Team 6. Fortunately for them, it wasn't their medic. Alice was safe and sound over in spawn, but now the time is going to even out on the scoreboard. So around about 52 seconds left for each team. Oh my god, Fly gets destroyed. Nice rocket from Tiny. The Uber has been successfully forced. Alice still still holding on to their own. Question is, are they going to have enough time and are they going to be able to use it effectively, number one, to both get onto the point and force everyone on Quake Live all the way back so they don't have to worry about an immediate repush?
Well, ounces make pounds, and the small thing there is that neither of those players died on the same spawn wave, so a bit staggered. In the long run, might not be a big deal, but you really want to tighten that up here as the bust comes out. And Tiger Biceps managed to clean up Tiny and Kai, so cleans up that whole flank by himself here. Down both soldiers for Real 6. Miski almost dying. Xavier dying as well, but 2 players behind is going to be Tony dying. Alice is ahead with his teammate here, but they don't have the point captured up here as overtime could be threatened here. 5 seconds to go. Taz could be going down here, but it's Moose just completely oblivious, like just passing the night, bumping shoulders with Alice. Finally realizes who's standing next to him, but gets gobbled up here. So 40 seconds to hold on to this point. 4 seconds for Quake Live. Alice does not have Uber advantage. It's like a 30% Uber disadvantage, and that's absolutely massive on this tiny map, just like it was with Gully Wash last year. And they're going to be coming out here any second. They have 4 seconds before they have this Uber in hand. Alice only had 70. He has 10 seconds to get his up by the time they have theirs, and here they come busting out a plot. 20 seconds for the clock on Real 6 as they bust out. They're looking like they're going to do that left house tango with the Uber yet again. Will Real 6 be able to counter? They do have Uber popped up just in time, countered as the time ticks down. 8 seconds as Uber's fade. Fly gets one on a Kai here, but Moose could catch up. Miski works with the help of Xavier as Holly's in that right house trying to put out all the damage that she can here. Trying to clean up, and it's just Sheikah and Moose at the left as they retreat. That beam's not going to be able to do enough help. Recovered to do any miracles here, and Real 6 managing to claw it back 3-2. They're not out of this yet.
They are not out of it just quite yet. Like you said, they have tied up, or not tied up, but they have equaled the scoreline that they previously did at bare minimum against Quake Live. If Quake Live win this next round, it'd be 4-2 both times around. So they're going to be trying to do a little bit better than that, and they have to win at least, they have to win 2 more rounds in a row if they want to walk away as the winners here, because even though the scoreboard doesn't set it, and technically in the first half of this game, Quake Live did go up 3-1. So it's going to be 3-2, like you said, the current score line, and Quake Live have to try and close things out here. Real Team 6 have to play basically perfectly. They want to try and get any closer to winning main in the whole division, as Tony, very weak. Oh my god, he's only have 14 hit points. Someone send this man an arrow. He does get it, but because he was so far away, it's going to be an easy capture up for Quake Live to get onto the point, to get it up in their favor, and time's going to be ticking down for them now. Real Team 6 wants to try and get a little bit aggressive here. That a little bit weak. Tony weak once again. Now the soldier going to be flying around. It is going to be Holly over trying to chase out those flankers from Quake Live. Is going to be able to do so. Almost gets the cap time up in their favor. So close. It's just going to be Moose on top of it, just trying to delay it for as long as possible. And they are going to now use the Uber. The counter Uber has been used out, so both Ubers have been expended. Now going to be rocking back across the point, and I think this should be a capture up for Real Team 6. No, Moose getting very aggressive, however. Everyone on Quake Live getting aggressive. They're doing so well to defend this point for as long as possible.
Absolutely, and 44 seconds gone before Real 6 managing to get that point back. So, they kept it within a minute. Very nicely done. Real 6 looking a little bit shaky there, but they managed to claw back. I'm seeing some nice cross-house support from both these sides, so they're able to support each other very well. The carpet coming out from Xavier, not going to find much of anything, turning his attention to that right house from his perspective. They're going to find Fly. Kai taking out both Fly and Holly, so he'll take out the flank all by himself as Miski works. Manages to defend the point. Tiger Biceps on the Moose, and Alice getting the kill on Taz as Tiny kills Tiger Biceps, and Tony taking out Kai, and actually Tiny with the late bomb and just a floater of a rocket's going to see Alice splash down. So Shiga, Amber with full Uber advantage here, but not a whole lot of players to help back them up. And we do have Real 6 players just out and about towards the mid, just sort of feeling it out here as the rest of Quake Live gets out of the spawn. Sly going to try to put down some early back rage onto the cap and almost capping it up completely. Very nicely done, Tiger Biceps. Now the less 11 point, he's going to back up and just barely 1 inch away from being capped. There we go, finish up by Tiger Biceps, but here comes Taz on the right house, going to get him with Fly, spotting him, backing away. And this could be a moment of weakness here for this Real 6 team.
could be a moment of weakness, as now it's going to be Quick Live trying to get on top of the point here. They are at uber disadvantage for Real 6, so they have to play this very, very carefully. They can't really defend as aggressively as they would have liked to, and they are going to have to give it up, especially with Holly going down there. Going to have to faster respawn because they lost control of the point, but it's going to be a very good position for Quick Live to try and close out another round. We do have a bomb coming in for Soldier, but Demo all bombing in, trying to get in onto Shiga. No one's going to find basically any damage whatsoever. Yeah, Shiga staying nice and healthy throughout all of that. They did lose a couple. Enoch and Tiny both going down, but it shouldn't be that bad for them, all things considered.
I don't know what Kai was doing. He's having a little bit of a loopy moment there. Or Aimer, I mean. But anyway, we do have re-aggression from Real 6, taking out Taz very early. Very nicely done to get the damage out onto him. And Focus and Kai as well. Fly going to get that kill, and so the Uber is going to be technically popped off first by Quake Live. Moose trying his luck, but they got to get out of dodge round about now as the Ubers fade. And yeah, Shiga going back into his lobby here. Points still firmly in the hands of Real 6. 50 seconds left for Quake Live, so Real 6 has the work cut out for him as Quake Live comes back out onto Plat, manages to take out Tiny. Yeah, with the stickies. And what do you see? Actually, we have Taz going out behind on Plat on the red Plat here, actually.
Yeah, I thought Fly got airshot, maybe not, but instead it is going to be Quake Live aggressing across the point. They do regain control.
Taz!
And Taz, as in, is gonna be able to escape. No, he does crater to his death, unfortunately for him, but still, his team are only 35 seconds away from winning main grand finals if they're able to keep control of the point here. Oh my god, Alex is super weak, gonna have to go all the way back for the pack. His team do capture it up, but they have roundabout got 2 minutes left on the clock, and immediately Quick Live getting aggressive here. Holly over trying to spam out the point, does a little bit of good damage, but now gets shoved by Tiny, has to back up, and the Uber coming in from Moose, walking across the point, trying to get in onto Tony, who was unflashed, is going to force him to flash, so having a little bit of a better Uber, didn't have to flash as many people, but Taz trading out for Tiger, a little bit favorable for a Quake Live, considering they don't have control of the point, and so now they're going to try and get on top of it here. A super weak Miskiworks is going to have to back up, and they are going to be able to eke it out. Only 20 seconds left for them.
And yeah, Miskiworks just had to back off because of that damage here. Desperately trying to get the point back for his team, but Xavier going to step on top of it. No, capture just as quickly at this point. Notorious for being quick, obviously. But the carpet coming out, threatening Aimer. He has to back up here. Moose a little bit caught out here, and actually Moose going to help finish off Holly in that left house, but Tiger Biceps answering back to Taz. So down to Soldier each, and Moose being way too aggressive, getting caught out here. I don't know what the game plan was there, but certainly going to pay for it. And now all sorts of red players just tap dancing on the point to prevent the capture, but no, Kai actually manages to sneak that out. 15 seconds separating them from glory here on Bagel. It's all completely on Real 6 to capture this one back. 52 seconds of counting. They got the work cut out from them, just like I said. But here we go. Aimer has Uber in hand. So does Alice. We're going to see an exchange here shortly. Surely. Not a lot of health, not a lot of bust, but here comes the foreman, actually. Interesting shot, but I can't say I blame them, but it will be 3 dead. But they do get that force off here. 4 dead. And Moose and Aimer, just the last ones alive here. But, I mean, they got all the time in the world, relatively speaking here. They just got to wait for those spawns, and they did exactly right what Real 6 did not. They got that spawn wave all at the same time, and here we go. They can come out in full force and put that Uber to good use. Here we go. Alice only at 30.
Only at 30, and this is do or die for Real Team 6, but Quick Live, they got their Uber, they're coming in, they immediately find one onto Alice. Holly gonna find Tiny, that is Fly up in the sky, lands on the back to stay alive there, and it's gonna be trades out going either which way. Moose gonna find one on the Fly, now gonna be over in the point. They do capture it up, it's only gonna be 5 seconds left. They just getting onto it now. Holly's so weak, they're also weak on Real Team 6. Tony finds one with the pipe, but he's the only one close enough to the point. Now they just have to bleed all the time off of the point right here, and then they are going to be main grand finals winners. Fly jumping to the point, can he make it? Oh, a nice air shot from Taz, takes him down. Is anyone going to be able to get onto it in time? Anyone at all? The answer is going to be no. Quake Live, they are going to be your main grand finals winners. They're going to be the top dogs of main throughout the season, throughout playoffs, and rounding it out here, walking away as the first place team overall in the division. Shout outs to them. Also shout outs to Real Team 6 for coming in second and putting up a fight.
Yeah, they got knocked down by this very team. They fought their way back. They beat Refugiago in the lower brackets. Came back, and they look slightly better. You know what I'm saying? It's a very tough proposition to go against this Quake Live team, as we saw. Very, very rough fighters. They know how to basically work any situation. But yeah, they had their second opportunity. They looked a little bit better, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. All that time in the dojo, man.
Yeah, all that time in the dojo, and even though it was only 2 rounds, looking at the logs, Moose with God, the man, the myth, the god, 422 DPM, man was completely feeled himself in those last 2 rounds. He had a lot of like kind of really slick plays. He had one where he was Ubered and then he got launched up by the demo. He surfed around like he was gonna go behind, but he's like, nuh-uh. But he like went around with the surf back onto the demo, completely caught them out,
Yeah.
and was able to take down Tony there. And it's just like a lot of other really great plays, keeping his medic alive because Aimer, Shiga, whatever he was aliased on the stream, had 0 deaths in those last 2 rounds. So just doing really great work there. Really great work from everyone actually on the side of Quake Live, but have to shout out Moose because he played a phenomenal last 2 rounds there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, really came out and showed what it means to be a pocket scout on the top team in Maine. And yeah, I can't help but feel a little bit bad though for Real Six because they were playing with not their main lineup. And I like Misky Rooks, but I feel like it's just shoving people in the last second, especially in a situation like this grand finals. It's you need something really freaking special to pull that out and make it work. But all the same, commiserations. Yeah, second place, not so bad, all things considered, against this Quake Live team. And yeah, I mean that's really long and short of it. Good season.
Yeah, very, very good season. Undefeated overall for Quick Live. So congratulations to them. Always impressive when a team does that, regardless of where they're playing in RGL. But that is, I think. Do you have any final thoughts? Number one, any shout outs you'd like to give?
Just the usual. And my final thoughts is just it was a hard fought battle. They had their second chance. Real Six, don't feel so bad about it. But shout outs to them. Shout outs to Quake Live. Shout outs once again to everybody in the refugee server watching. Shout outs to you, of course. Love being on the mic with you. Shout out to Josh Siyo, great producer, making big things happen over at Fireside. Everybody watching that isn't refugee. And yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah, I am going to have to mirror basically all of those shout outs, but with one very, very important alteration. I have to shout out Fourth Wall because
Yo,
our Fourth Wall memberships really help us out over here at Fireside. It's the support we receive that made us able to go to RGL land and take photos and film interviews with the invite teams. You can do !subscribe to find our Fourth Wall membership page and or use your Prime subs as well to help support Fireside. There's some really great stuff. Other YouTube content in the works as well as other things. Our continued coverage of all the divisions of RGL. So all of that helps us tremendously. So shout outs to Fourth Wall. Aside from that, shout outs to you, number one. It's
thank you.
always great to cast with you,
Oh, please.
especially when it is some refugee alumni like we
Yeah,
had on Quake Live. But and they as well, shout outs to CEO aka Jay for just putting in some tremendous work in this game tonight and also throughout the season and everything that he does behind the scenes. Shout outs to the teams for playing, Quake Live for winning main and the map tonight. Shout outs to a Real Team 6 for giving it their all, their best effort, even though, like you said, they didn't come in with their full normal roster. Shout outs to all the players who played in the division this season. Shout outs to all you guys for watching. And I think that's going to be it for us here at Fireside. This was Main Grand Finals. Quake Live going to be your winners. And we'll be back with more TF2 content when? I don't know. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen here at Fireside. Until then, see ya.